Alright guys, welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be testing both of the diamonds. The diamond DA-62 and the 64. The 62 here is a free one that comes with, I guess, the deluxe package of Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. It's a beautifully modeled and well-capable aircraft. And of course we have the diamond DA-42 as well from Cal Productions. That's one that was made for a payware, costing roughly around 30 bucks. Okay, I have both of these and we're gonna fly them and compare them today, see how they fly, see how they handle. So this is the free one. That's your standard basic package, right? Actually these you could disregard. These are ones that I added liveries. They are freeware, but they're the ones I added. These are the ones that are default that come with the actual aircraft. You get, I think, about 5 of them. The regular Microsoft Flight Simulator. You got this one here, and of course this is a pretty beautiful looking one as well. I don't remember if this was one that I downloaded myself. It might have been. However, this is a default one, and I always like the way this looks. Very, very nice. So we're gonna go ahead inside of this aircraft. It's you know, relatively great aircraft to fly. And this is the, like I said, free one. Now we do have a diamond DA 42, which let me jump into the hangar again real quick for you here, and we'll show you that as well. That way you can kind of just get a visual understanding of different ones too, right? So we'll change to the diamond DA-42 here, and go to that one here. Boom, there it is. Okay, different liveries that you come with. This is 3 different liveries here. This is also a really beautifully modeled aircraft. This is a payware version, and you could just see the difference in comparison, you know, between the one for free and the one that is made. This is just absolutely beautifully modeled, even with the gear. Okay, so let's just change to this. There's 2 different versions of this aircraft for the payware. You have the gas and then the diesel one. The diesel one is here, and it has the TDI for the diesel. I guess that's the way they do it. And here is the regular gas one, and let's check out the liveries. So you get quite a bit more liveries, and there's some that you can download what flight school's on them at their website. So it comes with this Dream, the silver one here, which is pretty nice. I really like the color on that. That is nice. The red one, probably one of my favorite colors right here. I really think this is, they knocked it out of the park with that one for sure. I hope to see some more liveries coming soon. And then of course you have different school academies here. So you got Eagle, Flight Academy, and many other ones. This one's kind of cool. I like the little green outlines and stuff in it. Really nicely done there, and really, really cool. Alright, so let's go ahead and get back into it, guys. We'll go back into the diamond 64 here. So we'll put DA-64. Whoops, there, it popped up and I accidentally made it disappear. Alright, so we'll do a little bit of a circuit here, test fly it, just give you my thoughts and opinions of this aircraft as we go along here. I mean, this is very capable. When it comes with Microsoft Flight Simulator, their systems are really good, really accurate, well modeled as far as their default planes. But when you buy an aircraft and it's outside of the simulator, a lot of times they need updates and things of that nature because it has to be compatible with whatever coding that Microsoft decides to do. But for the most part, you know, they take care of their aircrafts before others relatively good, you know. So alright, let's go ahead and throw that master switch on. It'll take a minute for the GPS. It doesn't take too long. We do have fuel pumps that are unnecessary to use for now. This one pretty much is it will start up on its own. Let's put it on daytime so you can just get a visual look at this beautiful aircraft here. I don't think, yeah, we're blocked in by the third wall, so you can't walk outside of it. The only way is to kind of look here, and you can see the gear. It's nice. It's very, very nicely modeled, right? The only thing is the propellers look a little bit shorter than what I think they should be, but Then again, I've never seen a diamond DA-62. I only seen them flying. I haven't seen them up close. So animations are okay. You know, there's no opening and closing the doors or windows or anything like that. Nothing cool. No fancy features with this one. It's a basic standard model. You know, you can't click here. You got your basic systems. It does have a checklist. There's no panel fuses with pullouts. It's not really study level. You get really basic stuff here. It works relatively good, right? Like, you do have all your switches and everything lighting up, so you will know exactly where to go and what to do with that, which is pretty nice. It makes it relatively easy. Now, this is not this is a system for your engine check, and it should be installed, but it's not. They don't have it for the default, so that's one thing to keep in mind with this. They do have lighting in here, which is relatively good. So you're getting really basics here. You know, you can't click on this to mute the sound of the aircraft. The sound is not the best either in this one. So, you know, there's that to contend with, and you'll see the difference once we get started here with the next one. So we'll go ahead and put some of these switches on and get this plane ready to go. Navigational lights and beacon or strobes, because this doesn't have a beacon. So if you want to just check out the lighting here, let me just show you what that looks like real quick. We'll put a little bit of night setting in here, and you can see the animation of the, it has to adjust, right? And we do have landing light and taxi light. Strobes are on. So this is some of the exterior lighting that you're going to get with it. I do have one modification on for my lighting, so it might be slightly dimmer for you than it is with this one because of that. This is your inside cabin lighting if you want your back lighting, or if you want your panel light a little bit up there, you know, make it nice so you can see what you're doing. We gotta turn these fuel switches on. In order to do that, you have to unlock them. So let me just go back to the daytime so you guys can see that. So right underneath here there's a little click spot, right? So once you go forward, you can click them and to lock them, and that will keep them from, you know, putting the fuel all the way out. Push those forward there, and then we'll crack the throttle slightly here. And these are your heat. If it's cold, you can pump these on to pump in the heat to keep your cabin warm. I believe that's what they're for. That's what I was told. You do have autopilot that works relatively good in here. Pretty good systems. I wouldn't say it's the best, but you know, for freeware, can't really beat it. Put the magnetos on, and let's get these fuel pumps on. See, relatively quiet, right? And that started both engines, which is kind of weird. Alright, so as you can hear, it's not very loud. A little bit louder than before, right? So let's turn on that pitot heat. Now the pitot heat, you see, it doesn't have a default, so it stays good, but I don't know if that's necessarily accurate, because the other one, that's your fuel pump for your left engine. Okay. So we'll go ahead and take the brake off, which is right there, and we'll take it for a little bit of a flight here. Whoops. Sorry, ground crew. Animation's okay. You got your braking there. You don't really need flaps for takeoff here. We're gonna go test fly this out, and then we'll come back around. We're just gonna do one circle and then bring out the other one, and I'll show you that. Relatively good handling, good capability. Nothing too crazy with these aircrafts, you know. The Diamonds are pretty reliable. Definitely a safe aircraft. And the more I fly it, the more I fall in love with it. The Payware one is the one that I'm really loving. This one I don't really fly too often. It's okay, but it's not really my favorite. The Diamond DA-42, I definitely am more biased towards. I like it a lot better. So here's power in. Let's hope we make it over those trees there. Left rudder coming in. Airspeed's coming up here. Almost at 60 knots. Ooh, get a little bit of a crosswind there. And I'm whoa, whoa. Okay, almost stalled it out there. We got whoa, 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 whoa. Oof, that was a close one. All right, I had a lot of crosswind there. I didn't realize we were gonna have. So we can get the gear up. That's your gear animation. It's not bad, but it's not good, right? Maybe we should have used flap with this one. So my understanding with the Diamond DA-42, you don't really need flaps for takeoff, but with this one, being that short, excuse me, of a runway, I guess you needed it. Weird. Alright. Let's keep flying here. Jump inside here.
Engaging autopilot.
Excuse me. Let's put heading mode on here.
Don't sink, don't sink, don't sink, don't sink, don't sink, don't sink.
It's yelling at me not to sink.
Don't sink, don't sink, don't sink, don't sink, don't sink.
Alright. We're not sinking. I don't know why it's yelling at me like that. Take the autopilot off here. We do have flight director right over here. We have a yaw damper, I believe. Let me see. Maybe we don't have a yaw damper. I thought there was a yaw damper on here. There's a yaw damper on the 62. We got flight level change. No, I don't see a yaw damper. That's interesting. So it doesn't look like they have a yaw damper in this, and I believe the Diamond 42 has a yaw damper. It's pretty interesting. I'm wondering why that is. I'm just gonna turn real quick here. We do have a pretty good GPS, so we can see where we're headed. We're gonna head back towards the airport and do a landing. This plane is not bad, but I gotta say the Diamond, like I never really liked the Diamond too much, right? Especially with this aircraft, I wasn't really into it. It is a pretty good aircraft, though. I mean, if you want to have a good flight, it's very nicely modeled in the interior of this aircraft. I really like it. It's very modern, very beautiful interior. No functionality with a lot of things, though, which is a bummer. For being such a beautifully modeled aircraft, it's a shame that they just waste it like this, but it is what it is, I guess. We do have a beautiful aircraft, Diamond 42. This is the Diamond 46. Not bad, but not the best, right, guys? I mean, let's be honest. It's a Microsoft Flight Simulator plane, so it came with the package. So, you know, you get what you pay for with that. However, not bad. So we're gonna go ahead back to the runway here, and we'll do a landing, and then we'll go take out the Diamond DA-42 and yeah, see how that goes. So let's get back to the runway. Alright, here we are. So let's go ahead and set ourselves up and put flaps. Let's watch the gear animating down here. Not bad animation, you know, but not the best either, right? If I'm going to be honest. Put another notch of flaps in. So we do have a turbulence setting on here, so it's not bad so far. Oh boy. Okay. I'm trying to get over these trees here. I don't want to hit anything. Oh boy. We definitely have some trees in the way. Oh boy. Just before the runway. Challenging, huh? So it's a little bit more challenging to fly this one because it's not really modeled that great. But it's okay. I mean, it does its job. You can definitely have some fun with this one for sure. Put the flaps up here. And we'll park it and shut it down. Overall, it's not bad, right? It's not good, but it's not bad. You know, I really wish Microsoft Flight Simulator would be more of a simulator. It's more of a game than a simulator because there's not a lot of real-world procedures yet. I'm hoping that in 2024 they come out with better systems and more accurate so that the people who are wanting to become pilots don't pick up bad habits, you know, that Microsoft Flight Simulator gives some people, right? So, including me. Let's go ahead and shut down these engines here. Let's see what that looks like. Not too bad, you know, animation's okay. Not the best, but, you know, there it is. That is the Diamond DA-42. Alright, we'll be back shortly on the ground here in the 40, or this is the, excuse me, this is the Diamond DA-62. We'll be back shortly. Okay, so here is the Diamond DA-42 for comparison of the 62. Now, right off the bat, you could just see it's just smooth. You got a little bit of scratching on the windows. Just the propellers are long and they make more sense. The engines are a little bit more bigger, and it just looks overall better in so many ways, right? I mean, this is what you're gonna get for a payware anyway, right? So we got a little bit of the animation just for you guys to see. Nothing too specific. I mean, it's pretty similar for animation wise, at least with that. I mean, nothing too crazy, but the gear. So if you jump inside, you can come out here and just take a look. I mean, just the gear itself is very nicely modeled and detailed. It's beautiful. This plane is definitely a beautiful plane, right? So you jump inside here again. Let's see, and I'll show you some of the systems. So you can open the hatch up. The window does open as well, so you got that. That's a couple cool features, right? If you jump in the back, this opens, and I believe this front side opens here. I don't know if there's a clickable spot for that. I forget how that opens, to be honest with you. I think is there a tablet in here? Alright, there is a way to open that. I can't remember exactly, though. Maybe you have to click on it? No. There's a way to open that front, too. I believe that opens. I just don't really know. It's probably something under here that I'm missing. They got a little iPad in there, but it doesn't work. Alright, anyway. So, it's a little bit better. As you can see, even this it's modeled, but it's not working. So, similar to that, we do have breakers that you can pull out and push in. So this is all modeled, which is nice. And of course, there's your yaw damper right there. They do have it modeled in here. You don't need your fuel pumps to start this aircraft up. Let's take a look. This is what it looks like with the back and front opened up there. Pretty nice. And of course the modeling is beautifully done in here as well. The texturing I mean, it feels like you could sit in these seats and you would just understand how comfortable they are with the visual reference of it, which is really nice, I think, in my opinion. Okay, a little bit of squeak on that. Now, it's my understanding that the Diamond has a 2 latch. This is only 1, I guess, for the sake of the way they code it. I'm not sure. I'm not a developer, but it's probably difficult to do that. Let's go ahead and turn on the power. Just right off the bat, the sound quality, way better, right? I mean, you can hear the sound quality in this already. So, wait for the GPS to come on. It takes a minute for this to line. So, pretty accurate to, I guess, what it should be, right? Let's put on the navigational light, and we don't have beacon, so we'll use the strobe, right? And then we'll go ahead and click on that. You wait for, I think you have to wait, right, for it to say off, and then we can go ahead and start. So a lot more system in depth than the other one, right? So click that on, and then it will say on, and then I think there it goes. So now it's clear to start the other side. There we go. Alright, the only thing left is the stall. So you can turn that off for now so we don't overheat the pitot heat, which is another thing that they don't have on this, right? So they don't have that modeled in the other one. This is all nicely modeled. You can do a flight plan from this. You have your GPS, your origins, your routing, your destination. You can put it all in. You got your programs for your everything. You even have charts in here. So a lot of cool functionality. Charts, I have Navigraph, so it comes up with charts. You know, we have our runway length and everything, so pretty cool. Little things like that. The sound quality is great. And of course we still have the locks in this. We can put it back for idle.
Pause system test, okay.
Pause system test, okay. We can put those back up. And that's your headphones on and off. And now this is cool. You could either do these individually, or you can click in the center here. And now that will start a test and cycle your prop. And you can hear that and you can see that, which is pretty cool. Pretty cool indeed, right? We can uncage. Altimeter is set already, it looks like. And we're ready to go. Let's just wait a couple more minutes here. As you can see, it takes time for the oil pressure to come up. In the Microsoft Flight Simulator one, it's already up. This oil temp is still a little bit cool. It should be in the green. Everything should be in the green. Coolant temp is still in the yellow. It needs to warm up slightly here. So we'll go ahead and start a taxi out. Not bad. Let's see what the landing lights and taxi light here, which are underneath this aircraft. And they're kind of not that bright. That might be something that they're going to have to update with this one. A little bit of a downside. However, it's not bad lighting. If you want to see what it looks like interior wise, that's the back lighting right there, and then this is your other lighting. So not very bright, but it's good enough to be able to do a flight at night and see in here, you know. And you don't want it too bright because then it will conflict with the outside. You don't want to go blind from the light, right? So pretty cool, nice lighting. Let's go ahead and turn it back up. I really enjoy this plane. I think it's a great aircraft to fly, and the more I fly it, the more I love it. You can hear that, right? Like, the sound quality, the power, you can feel it respond like immediately, right? Way better than the other one. All right, let's go. The ground handling, it's a lot better with this one ground handling wise. It's a little bit more responsive. They said that the Diamond DA-42 is kind of difficult to handle on the ground. And this one is relatively easier. So something to keep in mind. It feels a lot better in the air than it does on the ground. but it is really good compared to the one we just flew. The Diamond 62, it's not as stable. I mean, it's a little bit more sluggish, and you got to keep adding power, out and power. This one, you can keep it pulled back to idle, and it will pretty much just cruise on down the runway here with no issues, you know. The other one, you have to add power, and it makes for a less immersive experience. This one, if you ever wonder, is this plane a good plane? Go into a Microsoft Flight Simulator aircraft, try to taxi it, jump out of it, and jump in one of these. You'll notice the difference immediately. And then you'll be able to tell, wow, this is way better, right? So it does have a great autopilot, really functional. As you can see here, this system's great. And it does have a VNAV track, so if you want to put a VNAV path in there right down to the runway, this thing will pretty much do anything and everything that you ask it to do. It has a little light right here for the wing, which is pretty nice. You can do high and low. A lot of little different functionality with this aircraft. You have a de-icing light as well, so really, really cool. It has a lot of cool functionalities. Alright. We're going to go down to the end of the runway so I make sure I have enough space here, and then we'll turn back around. I'm not going to put any flaps in for this takeoff. We're just going to go ahead and take off. I mean, the sound, we'll put the sound headphones on once we get in the air. I want you guys to hear the sound of the aircraft. So, animation is really good. Alright. Power set. A little bit of right rudder. Very, very responsive. A little bit more right rudder. That's 30 knots. Airspeed's alive. I could already feel I wanted to come off the ground. 60 knots. And let's pull back a little bit there. Coming up. Really smooth. A lot less shake and bake like the other one, right? Here's the gear animation. Way better. Way better gear animation. Love it. Way smoother of a ride, more realistic than the other one. The other one's shaking and shimmering all over the place. This one has the proper amount of power. Very nicely modeled. We're about 65 knots. I love it. I absolutely love it. This plane is fantastic to fly. Really, really nice. Alright, we're going to go ahead and turn back around and see how we land here. This thing's relatively nice too. You can even do an engine out, right? So if we want to just go ahead and simulate that, we have to put the rudder in there.
Check gear. Check gear.
So you can feel the difference. I'm putting a lot of rudder in there, and it's definitely noticeable, right?
Check gear.
All right. Alright, see, I took my rudder back out now because we're getting power out of that engine. So I have a failure. I messed up the airplane a little bit here. So I'm going to turn back around for an emergency landing now. Well, I guess it wouldn't be that much of an emergency, but see how fast we're out here over the ocean? I mean, this thing moves. I think I messed up that right engine. We got a light on here. So you see, there's definitely a lot of system in-depth with this aircraft that you get. There's the runway. We're going to go ahead and start preparing for our landing. Now, here's the headphones on. Make it nice and quiet in here. Alright. Let's pull back the power here. We'll put the sound on just so you guys can hear it. Really got to get down here. Slip a little bit here. It's way better handling. I mean, you could feel a tremendous difference, you know? Just trimming out here. Even on landing, you could feel that float and the way it handles. That was a little bit of a rough touch down there. We kind of slammed it. But it will have that feeling of floating. You'll have that feeling of dropping. You want to keep power into it. I took the power out. It dropped the plane. But this one handles like way more realistic than the 62. This one is big difference. And you can really tell that with the systems, and you can really tell that with the flight characteristics and the sound. Pretty much overall, the whole experience of this aircraft is completely different from the 62. If you're looking for something more realistic, more like, you know, immersive in the simulator, this is the one you want to get here. The other one is not a bad starter. It's a little bit more solid, you know. I mean, system-wise, it's pretty basic and easy to get started. So that's for, I would say, beginners. If you're kind of new to simulating and you don't want something more complicated. But this one is way better. You have, of course, a little bit of steam gauges and older systems up top here, which is pretty cool. And that's one of my favorite things about this thing. But when you come down here, absolutely tremendous. You got so much great technology. You have a full systems. You can get charts in here from Navigraph. It's like really nicely done, in my opinion. Really nicely done. Let's go ahead and shut this down here. Oh, let me show you the animation of the shutdown. I'm sorry, I totally forgot that. So we're gonna break the engines a little bit right now, but at least you guys will be able to see. So this is what it looks like with engines shutting down. Let me just shut that down and shut that down. Okay, there you go. That is the animation of the shutdown. A beautiful, beautiful aircraft, you know. Diamond 62, and this is the 64. The 64, what a difference. This is a payware version, about 30 bucks. The other one comes with the deluxe package, the 62. Both are really good, but if you're looking for something that's more realistic, this has failures. This has everything you can imagine, you know. But if you just want a free aircraft and you want a diamond, there's one that comes with the deluxe package too. So really up to you, personal preference. Let me know which one you rather fly, the Diamond 62 or 64, in the comments below, and I would love to hear your feedback. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.